Welcome, it's Mr. Rankin. I'm here with my friend Layla.
Hello.
We're Business 110. We're going to walk you through a quick summary of Unit 2 on starting a business. You know, Layla, 70% of the people at some point in their career say they'd like to start a business.
I think that's awesome.
That's awesome. We'll talk about how to form a business. That gets pretty important. You'll see
Very
why.
important.
We'll talk about some tips on starting it, how to manage a business. That's always tough,
Yeah, it is.
particularly if you've hired your brother-in-law as like to work with it.
Oh, goodness.
And then how to organize the business. So, it's an exciting field. You know, factoid, more jobs are created in small business than large business.
Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities in
Lot.
small businesses.
That's right, lots of opportunities. Couple terms you need to become familiar with though. Limited liability, where your liabilities are limited. Remember, liabilities is any sort of bad stuff that can happen, and we'll talk
Any
about.
risk.
That's right. Versus unlimited liabilities, where your liabilities aren't limited. So I walk into your store, I slip and fall, I'm really, really injured. You have a little concern, it's just how injured, but I'm injured, and I have $1 million in medical bills.
$1 million.
$1 million, oh yeah, I'm the $1 million man, you know. $1 million worth of medical bills, and I throw them out. Do you owe me $1 million, or just say 10,000 that you invested in the business?
Now, I guess it depends on what type of business I have.
Exactly right. Corporations, you limit the liability, and we'll talk about why in a minute. Sole proprietorships and partnerships, you have the unfortunate thing of unlimited liabilities. So I can go after, and I know you're worth a lot of money.
I'm worth
Layla.
millions.
Yeah, I know you're worth millions of dollars.
Millions.
I can, under unlimited liabilities, I can attack your personal assets. So, an important concept to understand is the concept of a separate legal entity, and I have my favorite bear here to help us. Separate legal entity is a legal thing where I can create an entity, or like a person, or a teddy bear, that can own a business, that can sell products, that can own things. Now, if you set up this separate legal entity, often called a corporation, now when I come in and slip in your store, and I say, here's my bill for $1 million, what do you say?
I'm saying, don't talk to me, talk to the bear.
That's it. You've created this separate legal entity, and that's the big advantage of a corporation. I guess we're done with the bear.
Yep.
I guess we can't toss him. That wouldn't be right. Let me just set him over there. My favorite bear. I couldn't toss him. All right, another factoid. Small businesses not only tend to be where the jobs are, they tend to be much more innovative, particularly around things like environmental friendly and all that stuff. Great opportunity. All right, 3 types, but they come in lots of different flavors. It isn't quite this simple, but to simplify, there's a sole proprietorship where you run the business all by yourself.
Just me,
Partnership, you had some people.
my brother-in-law, and me.
Under neither one of those scenarios, though, have you created this separate legal entity. The first time you create the separate legal entity is under a corporation.
Okay. So the
So-
first two, everything is on me.
Everything's on you. The big advantage of the first two is you're taxed favorably. So there's kind of a trade-off of the corporations are great because they limit your liability, but they're taxed heavily. Because guess what our wonderful government does?
Tax.
As soon as I create this separate legal entity, our government says, hey, wait a minute, not only can I tax Layla, I can tax this guy too. So you get sort of double taxed. So, the key thing that I want you to take away from this unit is if you ever start a business, the government, you know, we complain about the government sometimes, but they really do some really good things sometimes. What the government did is they said, you know, nobody who has a lot of money would ever start a small business
Right.
unless we do something. They created what's called hybrids or subchapter S corporations, and there's different names and permutations. But basically, what they are, the best of both worlds. You have unlimited liabilities like a corporation, and you're taxed like a sole proprietorship.
So with that combination, what's the catch?
The catch is you have to be a small business and you have to meet certain government regulations. Now here's the
Okay.
key. Don't memorize what all the current regulations are because
I bet they're gonna change every year.
they're going to change.
Yeah.
But here's what I hope you take away from this course. I hope 5 years or whenever you're thinking of starting a business, you say to yourself, hey, I remember that Business 110 class when they talked about their special kinds of forms of business like subchapter S corporations. And then I'm going to Google it and see if I qualify because those really are the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So, hope you'll take that tip away. Average revenue for a small business, little trivia.
35, 40,000?
Boy, you're good. 44,000. They tend to be very small. Some tips, and we'll go through more and more. But one of the biggest tips is do a detailed plan.
Yeah,
Right?
gotta have a plan.
Have a plan. And what a plan does is it's not that the plan's going to be right, because no forecast is ever right.
But you thought it through.
Exactly. You've thought it through. All right. Last tip. How many pounds of potatoes does Frito-Lay purchase a day?
Close to 1 million, I think.
Boy, you're good. At $1 million a day. Now, why is that important? Why does that matter? It matters because who are you going to give the better price to if you're a potato farmer? Frito-Lay that buys 1 million pounds, or my small business that might buy 20 pounds a day.
The ones who buy more potatoes.
That's it. And what that does is it makes it very difficult for a small business to compete on price. I'm probably not going to have lower price points or cost points than Frito-Lay because they have an enormous advantage of the economies of scale. But there's things I can do that the big companies can't do, which leads me to one of my favorite stories. You know,
All about ice cream.
I love to tell stories. Ice cream picture. You know, my sister, when she was 3 years old, for Christmas she wanted one thing and only one thing. She wanted an ice cream cone from our local ice cream store.
That's tender.
Yeah, that's very tender, but it makes a problem for my dad, right? Like, how are you going to do this? Last time I looked, there aren't very many ice cream stores open on Christmas morning. No. So luckily, we lived in a small town, and word spreads in small. You're from.
I'm from a small town. I know how they talk.
Word spreads, right?
Yeah.
Well, about a week before Christmas, he gets a phone call from the local small business owner of the ice cream store. And guess what he said?
What's that?
He said, "Hey, I'm done with Christmas morning opening presents by about 9 in the morning. Why don't you bring her down 9 in the morning? I'll open the back door. You walk in the front door. She can come to the counter. We'll give her that ice cream cone for Christmas."
Well, that's so sweet.
They have a customer for life.
Oh, absolutely.
Did we care if their price point was a little bit higher than Dairy Queen?
I'm still buying them.
That's it. So, my advice to students is if you want to go into small business for yourself, you need to ask yourselves those questions. What extra things are you going to do for your customers? How are you going to differentiate yourself? Very important question. And it's hard work,
Oh, yeah, it is.
right? It's not easy to open up the store on Christmas morning.
But you're selling that experience.
You're selling a great experience. All right, tips. You've seen these before from the first unit. Check your Blackboard, check your email, ask me any questions, set a time aside to do all your work. And we got practice tests out there, do those. Hey, I'd like to thank you guys. I'd like to thank Layla.
Thank you.
And good luck with Unit 2.